Diego Costa, what's your opinion on it? You say you got an angle on Diego Costa, so let's hear it.
Yeah, so I thought we'd talk about Diego Costa because it finally got resolved today, right? But as we all know, Diego Costa was not in Antonio Conte's plans to play for Chelsea this season.
Okay.
Why do we know this? Because it was all over the news, and I'm actually in Diego Costa's favour because he was sent a text message. That just shows you how unprofessional Antonio Conte was, and basically said to Diego Costa, who was, am I right, their leading scorer last season, that won them the Premier League title.
Okay.
You're not required, I guess along those lines, I don't know. You basically said you're not going to play for Chelsea FC in the 2017-18 season.
All right, your point. So okay.
Now it just came.
Now, sorry to cut you off here, but if I'm Diego Costa here, and I just got told, well, you're not going to have a job here, say, I don't know, next season, aren't you going to go look? So if I'm Diego Costa, where do I want to go? Where was I known? Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, of course.
But Atletico Madrid had the whole remember transfer ban, which means he's stuck.
That's right.
So you can continue now.
Sorry, the point I'm bringing up is because that has never happened before that I know of, and I find it very unprofessional. So I'm not a fan of Diego Costa when he came to. I was a fan when he was at Atletico Madrid, but when he came to Chelsea, I kind of wasn't, because he had a massive bad temper. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, he had a bad temperament. But the point is that it just finally got resolved recently. He's luckily for him, because I'm just wondering if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
He's got to go back to his parent club, Atletico Madrid, 53 million. He can't play in any games, which I've been told, but he can play he's at the club. He can't play until 2018.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
And the whole time while he's been in Brazil, which you brought up to me earlier off camera, that he was getting fined, he wasn't getting paid. But the point is that look, when you're a professional athlete, and I was listening to a good podcast about this, when you're isolated, in this case, it would suck if you got frozen out of the squad, because then you have a lonely feeling. You still dress up, you still train and everything, but you're not part of the first team, you're not part of the reserve, you're not part of whatever. You're frozen out of the squad. You're doing your own training on your own time.
Correct.
Diego Costa is one of the few players I've actually witnessed or seen where he found a personal trainer, he trained himself in the meantime, he's waiting until the transfer ban's done in January on Atletico to go play. He knows where he's going to play. And Conte also knows, okay, I don't have Diego Costa anymore. I've stated that I don't want Diego Costa anymore. I bought Murata. We're moving on. Yeah. So for me personally, that's literally probably been the most professional moves I've seen from a coach and a player standpoint and a club.
Yeah, the point of why I'm bringing this up for this week's episode is because here's a player that for the first time has basically said, I'm going to leave, even though we're approaching the sixth game of a brand new season. But the fact is that Chelsea have just allowed this player to leave, and he's under contract. And I find that so. I've never seen that in any other club.
I'll literally change your perspective.
This is the first time this has ever happened.
No, but if La Liga had overturned, let's say Atletico had got their way, we wouldn't be sitting here. We wouldn't have this story because Atletico would have been able to purchase Diego Costa. Think about it like this. The chain reaction would have happened because rumors has it, because we all read rumors, folks. Griezmann was supposed to go to Manchester United. He was supposed to get the number 7 jersey. Diego Costa was supposed to go back as the replacement to Atletico Madrid. However, with the transfer ban, Atletico, I don't believe, could sell or buy players, meaning that froze everybody's moves. For instance, how Arsenal got Ozil was caused because of the chain reaction of Bale being sold from Tottenham to Real Madrid, thus forcing Ozil to now leave to go back to Arsenal. So you realize how soccer's a domino move?
No, the point. Sorry, but you're missing the point.
No,
the point is this. The point is this. I'm trying to bring up I'm trying to bring up the point of this.
All right.
Is that Chelsea have allowed a player to basically run riot and leave, and they have no control whatsoever over the player.
What has he done? Has he tarnished Chelsea's name in any shape or form?
But the fact that he's under contract and they've allowed him to just leave.
Are Chelsea paying him anymore? You said that he was getting fined.
Yeah, but he's under
So he's losing money.
No, I know, but the fact that he can just leave. I've never seen that before. And what that says to me is that they've lost control over a player.
What control have they lost off? If they if you tell a dog that you have to live outside, the dog's gonna listen. No, it's gonna live outside. It's not different because look, you're revolving around the point over professionalism on the honor of a contract. I respect you for the fact that I like
corners. I mean, both people's corners. Because if I'm Diego Costa, I'm depressed. I'm angry.
I'm not depressed or angry. I know where I'm gonna go. You just have to wait till January. It's very simple. The point is this.
But,
if as I said, once again,
but he didn't want to play in the reserves. He actually just didn't want to play. He was so disgusted by how he was treated, right?
He's made that decision,
Yeah,
and Chelsea's respecting that.
Yeah, which is fine. But the point is, like, what I'm trying to say is that they've actually just lost control. They've lost control of the player. He's allowed to just leave.
What have they lost? Okay, so if I understand this,
I've never seen that. What I'm trying to say is I've never seen this happen before.
And I agree with you. I've never seen it before, but the way I've logically explained it is just that he's awaiting a move out. He's been frozen out of the squad. He's gone to Brazil. Yeah. He's not disrupting Chelsea. It's not like he's at Chelsea's first training ground disrupting the players or anything. Yeah. He's been removed. Yeah. Chelsea have replaced their top striker with Morata, which means Chelsea can still function during those 6 games you mentioned at. He's over in Brazil getting fined. He's got his move now to Atletico Madrid.
Luckily, let's just. What happens if that didn't happen?
Then he keeps getting fined until contract gets run down.
Because I think he went for 53, right? But originally they were going back and forth. Luckily, it happened for Costa.
This move was supposed to happen regardless.
Well, only if Atletico wanted to pay the money.
Atletico wanted them back. Because as I said...
But they didn't want to pay them much money.
No, but with the domino effect, as I've explained, and Chelsea does a really good job to get value for their players, but with the domino effect that I explained with the Bale-Ozil move, is the same thing here that you're supposed to witness. But also, this now forces Griezmann to stay at Atletico for this season, which is good. Yeah. Atletico is going to technically be stronger when they have Diego Costa and Griezmann, versus if Atletico did not have the band, all they have is Diego Costa.
Yeah, sure. But 2 things I don't understand, which I'm angry at. I'm angry at kind of... I don't understand why Conte didn't want Diego in his plans for next season when he was like top scorer.
Go talk to Conte.
Yeah. And B, he did a really bad thing by saying, I'm going to give you a text message. Like, I have respect for Conte as a coach, but what he did, like, dude, that's so unprofessional.
Look, people make mistakes.
You don't do that. You can't do that, dude.
Look,
it's embarrassing.
You have these people at the highest level and you expect them to make the perfect decision, but football is a game of mistakes. Managers are going to make mistakes. You're going to gamble. For instance, I hate to trip the people behind the camera, but there's a certain fan here or a producer that loves Liverpool, okay? And there were 2 certain players named Andy Carroll and Stuart Downing that were supposed to be big signings to change Liverpool and take them forward, but it never happened. It's the same thing here. Conte made a decision that he didn't want Diego Costa, as I said, and he has evolved Chelsea to go forward. They have a new striker now.
All right, fine.
It's true. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. But, hey, football, you never know what you're going to have.